we ready for our last speaker of the night? Yes, I love the energy. Amazing. All right. His name is Kevin. Kevin, I don't know if I'm going to say this right. Kevin got a little Shiba Inu. That's a dog, yeah? Called Evie during the pandemic, who is the official new boss of his household. He has attended baseball games in over 10 different cities, and the Blue Jays have about an 80% winning percentage when Kevin is in attendance. So asterisk is if you'd like to see the Blue Jays win a World Series, someone get this man some season tickets. And finally, Kevin has made the long drive from coast to coast across Canada, a trip that took him 6 full days. Please join me in welcoming Kevin.
Hey everyone. As you can probably tell from my company's name, we make umbrellas. A little background about me and my co-founder. So, my co-founder, Kehe, and I, we have a background in engineering. We worked predominantly most of our lives in corporate automotive, essentially building vehicles to be very durable, reliable, and robust. Worked everything from major OEMs to tier 1 suppliers, essentially making how to build a very long-lasting car. And I met Kehe in Vancouver. This is when we both worked at the same automotive supplier. And we always had the love of wanting to build a product, something that would interact with the end user, and we wanted something that we call our own. Living in Vancouver, it rains a goddamn ton. Who's here lived in Vancouver? Or, yes. Okay. But who's here has broken an umbrella? The people putting down their hands are liars. So in Vancouver, it rains roughly 9 months of the year there. We kept breaking umbrellas, and a lot of our colleagues kept breaking umbrellas. Being in mechanical engineers, we thought maybe we can build something better. We spent a decade building cars to be very durable, reliable, robust. So why does the everyday umbrella have to be different? So that's when we kind of took a lot of the ways we design cars and translate that to the everyday umbrella, building a very strong architecture, building a lot of systems that were meant to be very wind resistant. Essentially, we create a product that was meant to last. So being engineers and knowing nothing about sales and marketing, we took it to crowdfunding. Kickstarter was a big thing at the time. So we started this in about 2014. We launched our Kickstarter in about 2015. So knowing nothing about sales and marketing, we're going to see, okay, will our product sell? With nothing but an idea and a MVP, or a minimum viable product, we launched our product Kickstarter. What we launched at Kickstarter was like the dream of umbrellas. Literally, we had every single feature. We had fully stainless steel design, telescopic ribs. We had interchangeable canopy. This was going to fly you to space. Okay, maybe not the last part, but we built a pretty goddamn good product. And then we had a successful Kickstarter. We were able to pick enough sales and kind of launch a product. When we raised about $100,000, that's when we decided to quit our jobs. Hey, maybe this is something to pursue full time. Now, this is where our first fuck up began. So, earlier I mentioned about like a coast-to-coast drive. We packed up our bags, went from Vancouver all the way to the East Coast. There's a lot more startup resources here in Canada, and especially on the Ontario side, and a lot more things to build hardware products. So being automotive engineers, like the automotive supply chain is a very complex web. You have your OEMs with dedicated tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 suppliers. One of the things that we were going to do was, we're going to try to make this thing in Canada. So this is actually a slide from one of our presentations, showing all the different suppliers that we're going to work with. So we had over 20 different suppliers across every component of the umbrella. There's probably over 200 parts in our umbrella just to begin. So we wasted about 9 months. First of all, from our Kickstarter campaign, when the campaign was funded, we said we're going to deliver a product in 9 months. We wasted 9 months sourcing supply chain. We deviated from kind of what we were doing from trying to build a product. And we kept focusing on how we're going to source and build this. Now, I will say there's a little bit of bias, but my co-founder is the best engineering designer I know. Like our product, because of trying to build in Canada, our BOM cost shot through the roof. The cost of our product was in no way viable to produce at scale. My co-founder was literally downgrading the product, downgrading the materials, eliminating features. Our tagline for our Kickstarter was the last umbrella you ever buy. at the rate we're going, it's going to be the last umbrella you ever buy from us. Like, we were doing everything we can to do a disservice to our product. And that's when we had to take a step back. Like, at one point, some of our advisors were like, you need to bring a supply chain coordinator to actually to coordinate all the supply chain. We're spending efforts not on making a product better, but to help make it viable, make it producible. But we're deviating from what the core mission was. In the end, we end up pivoting away from trying to manufacture in Canada, and we end up working with a lot of Chinese manufacturers overseas. We pivoted from our origin of where we're going to manufacture this in order to build a product at scale. So during these 9 months, we always kept constant updates with our Kickstarter backers. We wanted people to feel like they're part of the journey. So we'll give updates every 6 to 8 weeks, just kind of going through what the journey was. So we were already facing a lot of delays, and when we released the update that we're moving production to overseas. If you look at Kickstarter campaign, all the comments are full of hate. The biggest comments were friends like, we want to support a Canadian company. Well, fuck. Me and Kay were second generation Canadians. We're born and raised in Canada, educated in Canada. This whole thing was designed and prototyped in Canada. We're actually still a Canadian company. And even non-Canadians were hating on us as well too. Basically saying that this product's gonna be knocked off in 3 months. We're gonna be buying this off Alibaba in 3 months. The amount of harsh feedback we got by simply just changing a location of manufacturing was ridiculous when our only end goal was still to keep to our company mission, build an umbrella that ever lasts. This was the first moment that we actually thought about giving up on our company. Everything brought up to this point, we were hoping just to make it succeed. But this is the first point that we were like, fuck, what's the point of this? Every customer is hating on us. The people that support us will support us privately, but the people who hate us will try to trash us publicly. And right after this update, we usually release these updates every 6 to 8 weeks. A week after, we issued a letter from us, something very genuine, something that was the reason why we set out to do this. Our goal was to create the last umbrella you ever buy, and we wanted to create a product that was meant to deliver that sole principle. And after this, we started getting some sympathy, but in the end, we wanted to focus on our core mission. And even this, when we started speaking to a lot of the customers, a lot of the keyboard words that attacked us, what was the main purpose that you support us? The voice of our customer was always still the same. We want a durable product, a long-lasting product, and we believe what you were set to bring forward. And that's what kind of kept us going, and that's kind of revitalized everything. Now, we're kind of back on this. So next step was kind of go overseas to China. So we spent, first of all, 9 months downgrading the product from what our original Kickstarter campaign was. We had to spend another year redeveloping this, reiterating, redoing everything we can to kind of retroactively fix the mistakes we made, and also utilize the new resources at hand. So it took us another year to get another product to market. At this point, we're at the end of 2017. We're already 18 months delayed from delivering our product of what our original set date was. So at the end of 2017, we're delivering our products to our very first customers. We're super excited. This is what a second fuck up is. When you're telling people your umbrella is never going to break, so normally when your umbrella, you have, talk a little about the umbrella anatomy. You have your spokes or your ribs. That's kind of what holds the canopy in tension. Then you're holding on handle, and what connects the handle to the rest of the umbrella is your stem. Normally when an umbrella breaks, when it gets faced some fierce winds, it's your spokes or your ribs. So your umbrella usually bends, and you see one of your ribs break. We introduced a brand new failure mode where your stem breaks. So we designed the hell out of your ribs, and your spokes that will never break and never flip inside out. So naturally, the next weakest link was the stem. So we sourced an off-the-shelf stem, the best stem that our contract manufacturer had available. And naturally, this was the part that failed. So in our first 3 months of shipping an umbrella that will never break, 10% of those umbrellas broke. So we're like, holy shit. Now this is the second time we thought about quitting. We created a product, we shipped to all our initial backers, and everybody was learning of this brand new failure mode that they never experienced before. Now all of a sudden their umbrellas break in this manner. And this is just a quick snapshot of some of the images of some of the ridiculous ways that our umbrellas are broken. And now this point in time is we thought about whether, should we quit? Then we kind of went back to what our original mission was. Our original goal was to build an umbrella that never breaks. And we're this close. We end up improving umbrella product life. We end up building a lot of contraptions that actually ultimately did work. And all we had to do was fix the stem. So now comes another year of product development. So all in all, we started this in 2014. It took us over 4 years to build a product that we felt comfortable saying that this is the last umbrella you ever buy. We released our Gen 2 version in probably late 2018, early 2019. 4 years of how to build that product. And that's after improving STEM, improving all these different aspects. In the end, we built a pretty goddamn good product. So in the top right-hand corner is me driving over the umbrella car. So we actually had customers. That started because some customers thought it would be a bright idea to drive over and umbrella car and then come back with warranty issues because if it broke. And we're like, this is not a proper way to utilize an umbrella. So many of the ways that we see us doing testing was because of very innovative ways that people showed us that you should use an umbrella, but not ever. I highly do not recommend driving an umbrella over the car. And it took us over 4 years to get to this point. And I think we had a lot of, and this has been used a lot, like we felt like frauds throughout most of our entire journey. The concept of whether we kind of believe what we're actually doing, it came out a lot. I think the only time when we felt like we created a product that was actually defined as unbreakable was when we kind of got featured on it was a Japanese version of Mythbusters. That was the only time when they took our umbrella and kind of took it through the racket and tried to do everything they can to test against it. And that was the only time we felt like we actually produced a product that was worthwhile. And there are really 3 major lessons learned that throughout this process of trying to get this to market. Number 1, always believe in your mission. We spent 9 months deviating from that when local manufacturing became top of our mind. Our advisor mentors kept telling us to double down on this, but the mission was to create an unbreakable umbrella. Never deviate from that mission. Number 2, get a very diverse set of mentors, diverse advisors. We found people in a similar field as us, so they thought alike like us. Unfortunately, when everybody thinks alike together, you're never going to realize what is missing from that image. We never took a proper step back looking at what the proper decisions probably should have been. And number 3, fuck all the haters. Everybody will publicly attack you. Like, we built so much armor on top of us from all the simply hate. If you want to read simply amount of type of hate, just go to our Kickstarter page and read the comments. Like, we had all the people that support us will support us privately, but publicly, they'll attack us. And we kept building that armor, and in the end, was it worth it? Like, our business was never really successful, but in the end, we built over 8,000 customers, shipped over 10,000 umbrellas. And even with all the umbrellas that did break, from our Gen 1 design, we had 10% failed in 3 months, but in the past 5 years, only 30% failed. We have a warranty rate of under 1%. And every April on Earth Day, we always think of what we have done. Like, we want to just build an umbrella that will always last, and every year we see that our umbrella lasts 10 times longer than the next best umbrella out there. We prevent over 25,000 kilograms of trash from going to landfill, and we hopefully build more. Thank you for listening to my story.
That was an awesome story, Kevin. Thank you.